Hello guys, how's everyone doing? So I wanted to go over a quick Sorcerer video on how I like to play Sorcerer, specifically Elemental Sorcerer. I obviously I'm not a big fan of Stardust Magic. I don't use it too much. I think in solos it's really bad. I think it's only viable for me, in my opinion, in trios. Specifically, if you combo it with a mercenary, for example, where you pull the enemies, you stun them, etc., and then the mercenary can go in and deal a lot of damage. But either way, that would be a video for a different time. We're gonna go over the elemental magic, what I like, what I use the most. I use this in solos, I use this in trios. I think it's really good. So let's go over it real quick. All right. So let's start off with the abilities, right? Of elemental magic. The abilities. Let's go one by one. Firebolt. It's a no-brainer. It's your basic attack. It's gonna be your main damage dealer. Everything, right? This is gonna do everything for you. Okay. This is a must. Always use it. Mm, there's nothing else to it, right? Always use it. Just keep in mind there's a single attack for it where if you just click it once quickly, it's gonna throw a firebolt. It's not gonna be a charged firebolt, and it's gonna obviously deal damage. It's not gonna do damage over time because it's not a charged one, but it's gonna help you recharge energy. So you see here, if released before chanting completes, it recovers energy. So keep that in mind when you're fighting someone. So you can recharge some energy if you're low on energy, but you want to try and keep deal damage, etc. PvE, PvP doesn't matter. It's going to be really helpful. Okay, and the charge one is really important. It does more damage. If you have rapid flame strike, it's going to deal true damage, which basically ignores the defense of the enemy. So it's really, really, really strong. So keep that in mind. That's a talent. We'll go over that later. Deep freeze. This is one of my two optional abilities. For my secondary, I always go either Deep Freeze or Thunder Pierce. Deep Freeze is just super easy to explain. You unleash this wave of frost in a cone in front of you. It deals some damage to the enemy. It reduces their move speed. Can also freeze them. Okay, that's basically it. Flame Blade. I like this ability a lot, but I personally don't use it. The reason of that being is that you need to be close to the enemy. It charges for a little bit. So as you can see, he charges it and then uses the attack. And when you're doing that charge animation, they can stagger you and it's gonna disable your ability basically. So for me, it's not worth it to use. It's a really cool ability. If you want to try it out, do so. Nowadays it goes through walls, I'm pretty sure. So it's really strong if there's an enemy hiding right behind a wall. You can use this. It's going to deal a lot of damage. It's pretty cool either way. This one, Crystallized Bolt, for me, it's a no-brainer. It's something you always have to use, in my opinion, with Firebolt. It's a basic, right? You summon the two Crystallized Bolts. They follow you. I think they last for about 6 to 8 seconds before they get thrown automatically, right? But if someone attacks you, being a PvE or PvP scenario, it doesn't matter. As you see, this guy attacks him while it's active, and it's going to go towards him after he attacks him. You see? So keep that in mind when you're fighting someone. When they attack you, it's going to be launched towards them, and it's going to hit them. All right, that's how the ability works. Basically, if there's no one attacking you after the timer ends of their maximum time for them to be active, right? It's going to be they're going to be thrown like in a straight line. So keep that in mind as well. Oh, it says it here. Any remaining ice balls will automatically fire forward, right? And we also have a talent called Arcane Charge. It reduces the base cooldown and increases the maximum duration. This being the amount of time you freeze an enemy. No brainer for me. Thunder Strike. I don't like it. Takes too long to charge. For me, it's not worth it. If you're gonna use something close range, you're gonna use Firebolt. So this makes no sense to me. Thunderstorm Sigil. It's kind of the same. It's a cool ability because it stuns. Maybe it's viable in trios. I personally don't like it, but you could give it a try. Why I don't like it is because it spawns the thing. The enemies can see it for 2-3 seconds, and then they can dash away from it. It's super easy to dodge. So yeah, And then the last ability, which is Thunder Pierce, one of my favorites as well. Like I said, I swap this and Deep Freeze between them depending on how I feel that day, what I like, what I want to use, etc. It's a really nice ability. You can hit it from super long range, and it does a lot of damage if you hit the enemy directly, especially if you hit him in the head. And then if you throw it, as you can see in the video, if you throw it to the ground or to an area, a wall, etc., it's gonna leave like a this circle of thunder, which is gonna deal damage to anyone or anything inside of that. It doesn't deal as much damage if you hit directly, but it's still gonna deal a lot of damage. So that's pretty cool. Okay, now going through the general skills, we have Windcraft. For me, I love this ability. I think it's pretty good when I'm fighting people, especially if my Deep Freeze or Crystal Ice Bolt are on cooldown. I rely on Windcraft to push the enemy away if I cannot dodge away or anything. It's a really cool ability. I like it. Some people don't even use it, so obviously this one's optional. Then Forbidden Gate. Forbidden Gate is a pretty cool ability. I've used it a couple of times. I don't use it too much. I think there's better choices, but keep in mind this is a cool ability where you can block projectiles, especially if you're fighting like a black arrow, or if you want to block someone in a close, let's say that door back there, you want to block someone from coming in, you're running away. It's pretty cool. Yeah, just give it a try as well. It's useful. Shadow Veil. I do like Shadow Veil. I don't use it as much. You go invis for a while. I think Shadow Veil is good in two scenarios only, which is engaging with the enemy and running away from enemies. But that's about it. Keep in mind as well that energy does not regenerate while you're in stealth. So if you want to regenerate while being invis and avoiding the enemy, that's not going to work. Okay, so keep that in mind. Eye of Insight. You scan enemy players. It has limited uses. It could be useful in trios. I don't know how useful it could be in solos. I don't use it. I don't like it. It's optional as well. Phantom Step. One of my favorites. Probably the one I used and liked the most from the general abilities. You get move speed. If you fall down from high grounds, you do not receive any type of damage. You don't get staggered, and your footsteps are not like enemies cannot hear your footsteps, so it's really strong. If you want to sneak on someone, you can use this. You're going to be fast, they're not going to hear you, you're going to be in their face in 2 seconds. Pretty strong ability. Mistfall. I don't like it. I don't recommend it. Some people use it. um you can regenerate energy fast if you're in this mode, but keep in mind you're going to be in the same place, and after it goes away, enemies can hit you really fast. I don't know. I personally don't like it. Arcane Armor, I think it's really strong. It helps me as a sorcerer. I like to be in their faces, right? And Arcane Armor helps you with that. Especially if you're fighting melee classes. It's gonna boost your physical resistance. If they hit you, it will reduce their movement speed. And then if you have Enhanced Shield, which is a talent, it's gonna increase the duration of it. Pretty useful. I love it. Cryptic Ward, it's the block. There's a lot of people that like it. I'm not a big fan personally. I like to be dodging the enemy, avoiding them, freezing them, etc. So I don't really use it that much, but I do recommend it if this is a style you like, especially if you like melee type abilities. Pretty strong. Give it a try. Let me know how it goes. All right. So let's just go quickly over the talents. This one, avoid this. This is only for arcane. Stardust magic. We don't use this. This is the path for elemental. Here. This is for Deep Frost. Deep Frost is the ability. This one, Deep Freeze. Sorry, not Frost. It's this ability, right? I don't use it. It does reduce the energy cost. It reduces it, if I'm not mistaken, by half. I don't feel like it's that useful. There's other things that I like more, so I don't really use it. Arcane Charge, we talked about this. It's for the crystallized bolts. It's huge, reduces the cooldown of it. It increases the maximum duration of it. For me, it's huge. I love it. This is for the Flame Blade. When you use it, this one, when you use it, it deals true damage as well. If you're gonna use Flame Blade, I do recommend using this. Pretty strong to deal true damage. It ignores enemy defenses. This is for the firebolt. We talked about it. Deals true damage as well, just in case people want to read what true damage does. Deals damage that ignores defense. If the target has a shield, true damage dealt to the shield also inflicts an equal amount of true damage to the target by passing the shield. Super strong. Going over lightning, I'm just gonna go over thunder roar because I don't think these abilities are worth thunder roar, which is for this ability. Basically, when you shoot the ability thunder appears and you hit a target, doesn't matter if it's PvE or PvP, you're gonna have it instantly again. So it's very strong. If you hit it to the floor like that, it's not gonna regenerate instantly, but it's really, really strong, especially if you want to hit targets from far away or before engaging them. All right. These two are for Stardust. We're gonna ignore that. Going over this is our for the general abilities. Hurricane, it's okay. It increases the knockback distance. I don't personally use it. It can be useful for you if you like to play further away from enemies and knock them back further distances. This one is really, really strong if you're using the wall, right? The Forbidden Gate. This one right here. It's really, really strong. Why? Because it basically you can walk through it. That's it, right? And I think it also increases your movement speed. Yeah, it increases your movement speed as well. So basically, you can walk through it. Enemies can't. Your allies can as well. So it's really strong if you play with the wall a lot, and if you play trios as well. It's pretty useful. Also, inside increase the maximum of uses. Straightforward. Divine speed. This is for Shadow Bell. When you're invis, it'll make you faster. It's pretty cool if you use it. This is for the Phantom Step. Basically, this ability. I don't personally use it, but it does reduce your amount for the chanting speed, right? The amount to cast it. But it does increase the cooldown as well, so I don't personally use it either. This is for Mistfall, sorry. I don't like it. It helps you restore energy, but I don't like it. This is for the Cryptic Ward, which is the parry ability. I don't personally use it too much, but it reduces the base cooldown. All right. And then going to this side, there's a couple that I like. Starting with Vitality Chance, it lets you dodge while chanting. I think it's pretty strong if you like that playstyle. I don't like that playstyle, so I don't use it, but it's really strong. Survival Instinct, when your energy is low, it increases your recovery speed. But I've tested this and I don't feel like it's a huge impact. That's the only reason I don't use it. So I taught myself to swap between casting a firebolt being fully charged and a normal one not being fully charged. That the normal one regenerates your stamina as well. So I don't know the energy. So I don't think it's too useful. And then these two are my personal favorite. Ethereal jumping does not interrupt chanting, so you can be jumping as much as you want, and it's not gonna break your chanting. For me, I love this this ability, this talent. I like jumping around. It makes it harder for enemies to hit you. It makes it easier for you to hit or the ground if you want to hit the ground near the enemy, or if you want to try to headshot the enemy. It's pretty strong. I'm not running the affix that gives you extra damage when you jump, so we'll talk about that later. But I really like this. Flexible casting increases your movement speed while chanting. This is optional. I like it. I like to be fast when I'm fighting enemies. This one helps me being obviously faster when I'm chanting, so it's a pretty cool talent. It helps you avoid attacks. But this is optional as well. For example, if I'm running Thunder Pierce, I will drop flexible casting and I will go for Thunder Roar, for example. That's one example. And now obviously I would put this in there. So yeah, keep that in mind. All right, so let's move into the gear sets that I like to use, right? The affixes. Start with the blue. Blue, I go purely damage on blues. Okay, so curse. Curse is super good. Why? I'll go over it real quick. It increases the amount of time you deal damage over time with the flame. It increases the time the enemy is frozen. So for me, curse super strong. I've tested the damage in the in the training grounds. It's pretty strong. I love that ability, that affix. Keep that in mind. Veiler, straightforward, defense penetration, and extra attack. For me, it's super strong. And I think it's almost mandatory probably in every single class. Could be. Eloquence, chanting speed, straightforward. Try to get this level 5. Obviously, I get this level 5 with a wine. That's why it's level 3 here. I get this level 5 with the wine. It also doesn't allow minor impacts to interrupt your chanting, which is super strong. So yeah, recommend that. Vitality, maximum energy, and then you're immune to the energy overdraft state. It does have a cooldown of 60 seconds, but it's really good initially when you're fighting someone. Okay. And then you have elusive. It's pretty straightforward. It allows you to dodge more. That's it. That's it, right? So what do I do with the wine for the blue kit? So for the blue kit, I use, if you're using the max one, which is 8 of them, you can use 2 on eloquence, 2 on vitality, 2 on elusive, and then you could go, for example, 2 seeker or something like that. But I just want pure damage when I'm blue, so I go for 7 veiler. It does a lot of damage, right? Moving on to the purple kit. Here, it's a bit of the same, but in this case, we're adding a little bit of defense. In this case, it's Aegis, right? And we're also adding a little bit more of movement speed, which is Seeker. In the purple kit, I am going for only level 4 curse. You can tweak it a little bit. You can get level 5 curse if you prefer that. I go for 4 seekers, sorry. So I use 2 ones there. I do use 1 here in vitality. I use 1 in Aegis. Aegis is a defense affix. It gives you higher defense, self-explanatory, but it also gives you physical resistance when you hit level 5 with it. So pretty strong. Eloquence, we went through that. Veiler, we went through that. So the wine, 2 in Veiler, 2 in curse, that's 4. 2 in seeker, that's already 6 of them. And then you can add, for example, 1 in vitality and 1 in Aegis to finish their bonus affix, and that's it. That's the end of it. Going over the legendary one, I add another layer of defense, which is stoic. It gives you extra physical resistance, extra magical resistance, and at level 5, it gives you a bonus, which is when your health is below 30%, it restores health. It restores 15% of your health. There's people that prefer a different one, which is Tenacious, which gives you max health and also more healing. I don't personally use it. For me, this is personal opinion. Obviously, there's people that prefer otherwise. But for me, Aegis is probably the best. Stoic would be the secondary, and then if you go Tenacious, for me, it's the 3rd layer of defense. So that's what I like. People like Tenacious first. People like Stoic first. It's optional. You can test it. You can see what you prefer, what feels better for you. Then for the wine, we get 2 in Veiler, so I can reach 7 Veiler. I always do this with most of my classes. I think it's super strong. It raises your attack by a lot. I get 1 in Eloquence. I get 2 in Stoic. I get 2 in Elusive and 1 in Seeker, right? So that's how I do it. Basically, this is how I build my kits. That's how I like it. Now I'm gonna go over how I like to fight enemies. I go into personal. Yes. So how do I like to fight enemies, right? So as you can see, right, I run Seeker. What does Seeker do? When you hit an enemy, when you have it level 4, obviously, by default it increases your movement speed, but when you have it level 4 and 5, it stacks up to twice, right, that effect. So right now I'm running. If I hit this guy twice, now I'm running faster, right? So that's one thing. Then elusive, self-explanatory, dodge energy cost reduction, so you can dash more times. And then for damage, we talked about it. Curse. This debuff is gonna last longer. The freeze is gonna last longer. It's super strong. I love this. Eloquence, it's gonna let you chance faster. So when you're casting anything, this or this, it's gonna be faster, or this is gonna be faster. by the amount, obviously it says here. And then minor impacts won't interrupt your chanting. Okay, going over how I like to fight enemies. Um, I'm super aggressive. Not everyone likes that playstyle, but I do love it. I like to be in their faces. I don't care if it's a mercenary. I don't care if it's Shadow Shrieks. I don't care if it's a BA. I like to be in their faces. Obviously, there's different types of approach depending on what class you fight. You got to be mindful of that. You cannot fight a black arrow the same way you would do a mercenary because you'll probably die, right? But I like to be in their faces in general, right? So when I'm fighting someone, if I'm using this setup, obviously I always pop this, and then I just start, moving around, chanting. Try to be mindful of when they attack you. Try to dodge when they attack you. Don't spam your dodges. I see a lot of fights, a lot of players, when they see someone standing in front of them, they start spamming their dodge. Don't do that. Just wait for them. Every class, every character has a tell of when they're attacking, right? For example, if I want to attack with a fireball, they're gonna see me chanting. When they see me chanting, they're probably gonna dash, right? So be mindful of that. Don't just spam it randomly. Wait for them to do something. After they do something, you dash. You avoid their attacks, okay? So this one, the armor. Every time you're gonna engage in a fight, activate this. This is super, super OP, right? Sometimes I activate first this one so I can get faster, fight faster, and then I activate the armor. So as you can see, I'm super fast, right? That's how I like to play. I like to be mobile. I like to be super fast, dash the enemies. That's what I like. We can freeze them as well. If the ice bolt is on cooldown, we already used it. It's on cooldown. Okay, now they're on cooldown. We rely on this. If they're both on cooldown, we rely on this to push enemies back, to freeze them, etc. Okay, so that's basically it. That's how I like to play Sorcerer. That's my own play style. I know people have different play styles. I know people like different stuff, but if you want to give it a shot, please do so. I will also add in the comments, sorry, in the description, I will add all my gear sets if you want to try that, the codes for them. And yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.